I've discovered so many incredible fragrances lately that some of my faves have changed, and maybe it's because it's the shiny new thing. But today I wanted to share with you guys some of my newest favorite fragrances in my collection. A lot of these are quite new to me, so I'm just super excited about them. We'll see eventually if they stand the test of time. If you're new here, my name is Yana. This is The Scented. We talk about all kinds of fragrance things. Let's jump right in. The first one is a little bit of a surprise from me, and it is Amazing Grace from Philosophy. This is Amazing Grace Intense. I've tried the original and it just didn't quite speak to me, but this one smells so good. It smells as if it has cranberries in there. There is no cranberry notes listed. I'm not even bothering with the notes because the way that this smells, when I looked up the notes, I'm like, no. This does have a little bit of rose. It's quite a clean rose. It's warm. And the cranberry makes me just think of the most beautiful sparkling winter day. I love cranberry scent in the winter. This has been my go-to, like, kind of winter freshie. On my skin, the tartness really comes out, which makes it so beautiful. In a way, it reminds me of Delina, but it's not quite like that. It's only similar in that it is a tart rose fragrance, but it's very different. It is quite a sexy, clean, playful tart rose. I feel really special when I wear this for some reason. So yeah, I've been reaching for this loads, and it actually lasts quite a long time on my skin. Now here's a fragrance that I discovered through a boutique called Fragrapedia House. They have some incredible niche scents. I recently started working with them and they sent me Angelo Caroli Tuberosa Nera, and it's a beautiful tuberose scent. One of the most astounding tuberose fragrances. At the top there's peach, raspberry, and orange blossom. I don't get very much peach or raspberry, but I do get a little bit of orange blossom. It is not super sweet or heavy. And then it fades to a really nice, fresh tuberose scent, not cloying, not indolic, and vanilla, vetiver, and tonka in the base. Really, this is like a summery, mature, not too sweet tuberose scent. I wore this in the wintertime and I loved it. It leaves a gorgeous trail. It makes you feel like you're on a little getaway. But it's not like a body spray, tropical type of scent. It's actually like, it's very elegant. I do struggle with sweeter white floral, so I can't, for example, wear Givenchy L'Entrée. That one's a little bit too sweet for me. This has those beautiful facets of tuberose without the overwhelming sweetness. So if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend Tuberosa Nera from Angelo Caroli. I'll make sure everything is linked in the description box for you. Now, another one from Fragrapedia House is this Farmacia Giardino dell'Iris. I was really curious in checking out some fragrances from Farmacia, and they sent me a few samples as well. And some of these samples are magical. Like, the whole collection that this boutique Fragrapedia House carries, they have beautiful, underrated niche brands. They have the Gate Paris, which I've raved about in the past, which one of my favorites is Sensual Dream. To this day, I love Sensual Dreams. I wear it a lot. And they have First Sight. Oh, First Sight is one of the best mint fragrances that I've ever smelled. Anyway, I really encourage you guys to check out that shop because they have a really great lineup of niche fragrances. It can be a little bit tricky to figure out which to get, especially when you don't know and you don't want to buy blind. That's why I'm here for you guys. Today, I'm focusing on Farmacia and the Angelo Caroli fragrance because these were the brands that I really wanted to dive into. So this is a nice dry iris scent. It is not at all what I expected. If you're looking for, like, it's really cedar and iris. It is extremely unisex. It's quite fresh. I expected more of a lipsticky effect, so I was actually really surprised that it's quite woody. I think this would be an excellent men's fragrance. It could be a flanker of like Dior Homme. It smells like in that style, but a lot more iris centric and really quite dry and woody. It is really lovely. It could be a lovely powdery men's freshie. I like this one, but I like it more for men. But going through the samples, this brand has some incredible head-turning, sweet, nutty fragrances. I think my feeling is that they do nutty fragrances really well because these are the two that stood out to me so much, and I would really love to get these next. This is Sweet Carousel, and it is a sweet, powdery, delicious almond scent. This one is just mouth-watering. It has lemon and red fruits in the opening, so you get a little bit of a tartness, and then really it turns into like a vanillic, powdery, but sweet, well-rounded almond. It's like a more powdery and very almond-centric vibe of, if you like Jasmine's Marzipan, I think you would like this. It's just a lot more about the almond and less about the jasmine, though there is still jasmine in here. And even though there's quite a bit of vanilla, I absolutely love this. It is not like a basic vanilla whatsoever. This is for somebody who's on the hunt for the perfect almond fragrance with just the right balance, sweetness, and florals. Like, look no further, this is it. So yeah, Sweet Carousel, I love. And a fresher fragrance is Sparkling Notturno. I'm gonna talk about these ones in future videos more, but this is like a fresh pistachio scent. There's citrus, it is quite light, but the cloud that it creates is so captivating. It's really just a beautiful, fresh pistachio scent, a little bit of sweetness. It has that hook that I look for in fragrances. So these are huge favorites for me. Another almondy scent that I've been obsessed with lately is Carner Barcelona Tardes. This is a lotion-like soft green almond. This is very, very easy to wear. It smells delicious, has a little bit of powderiness, and it really just smells like you're wearing a very luxurious, gorgeous lotion. And another one from Carner Barcelona that I have on the way, there's like, I wish I had it today as I'm filming this video, but I discovered from their discovery set, surprisingly, Bobo. Bobo blew me away. It is one of the most beautiful citrus fragrances that I've ever smelled. It has blackcurrant, lily of the valley. It just is sparkling and special and a really happy scent. Like, it truly smells like happiness. So that one I have on the way. But yeah, the sample, I absolutely fell in love with it. I want to try Palo Santo because everyone's raving about Palo Santo. So that one, hopefully I can get a sample of soon and check it out. But yeah, Carner Barcelona is a beautiful brand. I also picked up, and surprisingly have been loving so much, Dolce Gabbana The Only One. I've said in previous videos that I only like The Only One Intense, but I've been curious to revisit this because I'd gone through a sample, I'd worn it before, and you know what, I think the trick is getting an older bottle where the vanilla has aged a little bit and gives it a little bit more depth, because this one has a beautiful, bright fruitiness about it in the opening. The pear is really nice. Coffee is very gentle in here. It's there. I get a look powdery caramel as well. Like, this is really a powdery caramel vanillic scent with a brightness to it. Like, it's not deep, heavy gourmand, which I tend to steer away from. Like, that is why I don't like black opium. Just something about it just smells a bit messy. But here, oh, this is, for me, exactly what I'm looking for in like a coffee vanillic scent. And it has pear, just like black opium has pear. But the way they've done it in this scent just smells cleaner. It smells very well put together. There is a slight resemblance of this and black opium, but this is exactly what I want black opium to be. I've been wearing this a lot in the cooler, on the cooler days as just a kind of comfy, borderline sexy scent. It just makes me feel really good about myself. So yeah, I've been reaching for this one a lot. Funnily enough, I've put a little bit of a dent in it myself, and I've only had this for about a week, but I've been wearing it like at least half the week, and I respray every now and again. So yeah, I really like this. Now, this here is the creme de la creme of my new faves. This is from a brand called Floraiku. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have been so curious to try this brand because look at their packaging. Have you ever seen such gorgeous packaging in your life? Such elaborate, whimsical packaging? The answer is no, you haven't. This fragrance just smells like the most delicious blueberry lemon scone. Like, that is what it smells like. The notes in here are not what I expected it to be. This has notes of blackcurrant and tea mostly. So I expected just a fresher, greener scent, but what I got was completely the opposite, and it blew my mind. Like, I was at a loss for words. This scent is absolutely delectable. The scent of blackcurrant does not come through. For me, it comes through like a crumbly blueberry. Like, that's why I'm saying scone, or like the crumble on top of a muffin that has lemon and blueberry. Because there's a little bit of tartness, but it comes through like a sweet lemon. There's tea, but the tea, like, it's not really about the tea. It's really like you're having a delicious scone. You have tea, but the tea isn't very strong. This is the perfect, delicious scent to wear in the beginning of spring when you still want something a little bit warm, borderline gourmand. It is not overpowering. I think for warm weather, I think it'd be perfect. And can I tell you about this? So I thought at first, how strange, why do they have such a huge cap? But alas, the cap is not a cap. It is a holder for a travel spray. It goes like this, which comes with an extra cap that you close up. Now you're ready to travel, and it's safe in here. And you have this guy still capped with a very minimalistic little cap. Breathtaking. What wonder. Like, I want more from this brand. They are quite pricey, but I wore this fragrance a handful of times. I want to say five or six times I've worn it. And it lasts all day. Like, it really is so strong. The value is definitely there. This one is available at Twisted Lily. I work with Twisted Lily and they offer 10% off if you use my code THESCENTED10. I will link everything in the description for you. And I think I've just been so befuddled with this fragrance that I forgot to even tell you the name. It's called One Umbrella for Two, which I think is just such a charming name. It just makes me think of a springtime rain and sharing a little umbrella with your significant other after you've had a delicious blueberry scone and some tea. So that one is a very bright, happy scent. Another bright, happy scent that I've reached for a lot, and I've already shared a lot, but it is newer to my collection, is from Atelier des Ors, and this is Pink Me Up. This is about blackberry. So this has a sparkling champagne note. It is sweet. It's rose, it's blackberry. There's a little bit of powdery iris in here, and it has a fizzle. It has a fizzle like champagne bubbles. It's very flirty. It's very feminine and kind of cheeky. I think if you like this, you'd probably like One Umbrella for Two. I think as well, if you like Poets of Berlin from Wilhelm, oh, you're gonna love One Umbrella for Two from Flora Iku, because that's like a similar scent, but just on a whole new level. I think it's so much better. I was testing them side by side the other day. Not side by side, one day one and then the other day the other. And just the Flora Iku One Umbrella for Two blows Poets of Berlin straight out of the water. Also, I've been absolutely loving Fragrance du Bois Secret Trice. This was really kindly sent to me from the brand. I got this and Cavort, and this one has just taken over for me. It's a beautiful, spicy, resinous scent with patchouli, a bit of vanilla, and it is so comforting, especially on colder days. I wear this daily. Like, I wear this just as a daily wear. I know it's super luxe, but for me, it's just such a cozy, comforting feeling. Just like being under the most luxurious woven wool blanket. You know, you got a little bit of spice in there. It has a lovely woodiness in here. There's a little bit of florals as well. For me, it's mostly like a spicy, cardamom-centric vanilla patchouli scent. Oh, this really is on a whole different level for spicy resinous vanilla, and even though it is so luxe, it's still a very comfortable daily wear for me, and I do get a full day's wear out of this one. I think it's perfectly unisex. My man takes this one too and he wears it. He can't wear Cavort. He actually wore Cavort and he had to scrub it off because he found it too feminine. I love Cavort, but it's more of a extravagant special occasion scent, whereas this one I can wear daily. In the cold weather though, only. Another very cozy scent that I've been reaching for and really love is from Coastal Carolina, and it's called Southern Comfort. It is like an indie niche brand. The creator, Cam, he's also a fragrance reviewer, and my god, all of the fragrances that I've tried from Coastal Carolina have been mind-blowing, really well crafted. Like, the first one I got was Southern Peach Tea, which was recommended to me by a few of you guys, as well as some of my friends and fellow reviewers, and I'm blown away by that one. I'm going to be reaching for that one a ton in the spring. Southern Comfort is a perfect woody winter scent for me. This smells like some kind of gin, even though there's a note of whiskey listed. I think because of the supporting spices and incense, it comes through like more like some kind of spicy gin. I dabble in gin. I really like gin, so like I've tried lots of flavored ones, and this reminds me of like one that could have tried in the past, like maybe the purple one or something. Anyway, something about this reminds me of a very luxe gin. There's a beautiful patchouli in here. There's lots of woody notes, cedar, there's saffron. Now, I've heard this be compared to Baccarat Rouge. For me, I don't smell it, but once that was pointed out to me, I could smell it, and I think because of the presence of saffron. My man then smelled this directly. He didn't smell it, the Baccarat Rouginess, when I wore it, but when he smelled it out of here, he smelled a likeness to Baccarat Rouge. And I think what it is there's like a sweet evergreen touch, as well as the saffron, that creates a likeness. But see, I wouldn't pick it up if somebody didn't point it out, and I'm very like picky with anything that smells like Baccarat Rouge. So for me, no, I wouldn't say it's similar, but it has a similar quality to it. And one of the most gorgeous vanillas of all time is Victorian Vanilla that he's created as well. Oh my God. Like for me, as somebody who doesn't like vanilla, I was like, uh-oh, will I like this? But then I smelled this and I was just straight drooling. This has lemon, vanilla pods, it has benzoin, it has brown sugar and honey, which those are notes that scare me. I'm like, brown sugar and honey, go away. But in here, no, I don't even pick that up. I get a lot of amber, tonka bean, musk, cinnamon. The cinnamon is noticeable. I think if you like Vanilla 28, this is just on a whole different level. There's a few other vanillas that I've smelled, and I'll do a separate vanilla faves of the moment for me. This is at the top though. Like, this is not only incredible on its own, but it works beautifully in layering. It is so multifaceted and complex. I love the little bit of spice. It is not an overwhelming straight up vanilla at all. And yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. I should have a promo code for you guys. I can't remember what it is, so I will make sure it's on the screen and linked in the description box so you guys can check those out, and they are quite affordably priced as is. And I have a clean scent to share with you guys that I love, and it is Peach Fields from Skylar. Yes, the hype on this fragrance is absolutely real. This is a fresh, juicy, fuzzy peach. It is bright, it is sunny. I worry sometimes with peach that it can go too powdery, but here it's fresh, it's a little bit tart, very juicy. Like, it does feel like you're in a peach field, truly. There's a bit of woodiness in the base as well. Now the thing is with clean fragrances, a lot of the times they don't last very long, and it is true, this one doesn't last very long. I get about 3 to 4 hours. I do have to reapply, but that peach is just so satisfying. So I do love the peach field so much, and I wore it a couple times on warmer days. It's just such a happy scent. And Amouage Dia I've been reaching for quite a bit this winter. It is a fresh, clean scent, very classic smelling, but it still works perfectly in winter. It's almost like a more wearable version of Chanel No. 5. If you love Chanel No. 5, I think you would adore this. This is actually more refined. It has more complexity, more florals in here. And where Chanel No. 5 comes out super soapy, this one's not quite as soapy. It's more sparkling, it's more modern, and a bit more floral as well. It has a nice powdery musk and heliotrope as well that comes through noticeably. I was scared of the note of incense in here, but I don't catch it at all. If it's there, it's like very mild and really well blended into the whole composition. Amouage is another brand that's really on my radar. In the past, I've been a little bit scared because a few fragrances that I tried were either too strong or a little bit too mature for my liking, but this one is, I guess you could call mature. Like, it's classic, but it's something that is like just so easy for me to wear. So perhaps my tastes are shifting a little bit and I'm warming up to Amouage scent profiles a little bit more. Definitely want to check out their new collection. They've caught my attention with some of the recent ones that I've tried. And another one that I've been reaching for a lot is Commodity Whiskey. This is really unisex. I think people may even find this masculine leaning, but it is just the perfect, comfortable, boozy scent. I've been so addicted to the scent. It does smell like a whiskey barrel. It's woody, it's very warm. It gives you that feeling of when you take a drink of like whiskey and it heats your throat. It's like that. Like, that's the feeling that you get just wearing this fragrance. Makes you feel warmer. Over the last month or two, I've been reaching for this loads. And I do work with Commodity as well, so I have a code. It's scented10 for 10% off. I have Bois coming, which is another one I've fallen in love with. I do love their archives collection way more, I will tell you. Like, from their main collection, I really just love gold, moss, for the most part. But their archives, I love almost every single one. I've worked through almost all of my samples at this point, just like use them right up, which rarely ever happens. So yeah, and they are a clean brand as well. So those are my current new faves in my collection. I would love to hear which fragrances you guys recently got and are absolutely loving. Leave me a comment down below, like this video, subscribe, all the things, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.